Well, hi everyone, and welcome to my How to Use Your Story to Get More Clients and Become a Best-Selling Published Author in 2016 training. I'm really excited to be sharing all this info with you, and I'm even more excited that you're taking the time to invest in not only learning how to become a best-selling published author, but in learning how you can leverage that accomplishment in a way that's going to make you business and get you more exposure for your personal brand. So from my experience, I feel that the most significant thing that we can do to add value back into this world is to master the narrative of our lives. I've learned that all of our leadership and money-making abilities really do rest on our ability to discover, craft, and deliver our story in a way that will allow people to connect with us. And I've seen over and over again how a compilation project can be the quickest and most effective way for entrepreneurs to share and cash in on their personal power stories quickly and with lasting results. Being in a book like this can happen very, very fast. It's the fastest way to get a book. It's also the easiest way to get a book. You only have to write one little chapter. You don't have to do the whole book. You don't have to learn how to get it edited and published and printed. You don't have to do anything. And it's definitely the most economical way to have a book. So, are you a leading professional in your field looking to really grow your business and help more people? Are you tired of spending time out there networking, passing out your business cards, going online, connecting with people on social media, and just spending a lot of busy time, but not really getting the results you're looking for? And if so, this webinar is for you. Do you value money, but your biggest commodity really is your time, and you want more of it to spend with your family and friends? I know I do. I am looking at this picture of this little boy, and I'm thinking of my granddaughter and how I really want to be able to have more time to spend with her as she's growing up, and that is what I'm doing. And are you tired of spending your valuable time and money on unsuccessful marketing and social media tactics? I know I was. I've spent a lot of money on different things to build my business, but I really feel that the best investment I made was in my book and the different book projects that I've been a part of. So if you are in that same position, this webinar is for you too. Really, it's all about time, money, and energy. These are the three constants that affect our lives all of the time. Most of our lives revolve around these three constants, and at some point, one is just a little more important or less important. When we were young, we had lots of time and energy, but no money. And unfortunately, we really didn't know and weren't wise enough to utilize these components properly. Then when we get older, oops, that shouldn't have happened. Then when we get older, we have money and time, but we have very little energy. We don't. We're just ready to kind of hang out and take naps. We're not really focused on building our business as much anymore. Right now is when we do have most of the energy, and right now is when we have money. But what we don't have is time. Time is, at least to me, my most valuable commodity. And that is what I really want to have more of. So everything I do, I focus on what I can do to get the most money with the least amount of time and effort because, of course, time is and energy really are my most valuable commodities. So what is the solution? The solution is for you to take the same course that I did and position yourself as a best-selling published author so you can leverage that status to grow your business in a quicker way. The solution for you is to be a best-selling author in only a few months, which will happen with this project. It will help you attract new clients through all of the unique exposure that you'll get from us publishing the book, from us promoting you as an author, as well as from the other authors promoting you. You have 20 plus other women out there promoting you and promoting your book. So that's so many more people that are going to be able to get to know you and read your story than if you were just promoting your book on your own. You're going to be able to connect better with your current clients. Just think about how great it would be for you to be able to give your clients a free gift of your book at the holidays, or maybe when they become a new client, or on the anniversary of working with them, or maybe on their birthday. But that is a great a great gift that you can give your clients. It will not only allow them to have this collection of really great, inspiring stories, but it's going to get them to be able to connect with you on a deeper level, because they're going to get to know you in a way that they weren't able to get to know you before. They're going to read your story and realize how what you've done is something that's pretty important, and it's a way for them to relate better with you. Having a book is also going to allow you the opportunity to leave a legacy to your generations to come. You're going to be able to share your story, and now you've got a published book that will be able to be read by your children, your grandchildren, and your great grandchildren, and down on, and down and down and down. I don't know if that made any sense, but you know what I'm saying. So you want to be able to leave a legacy by sharing your story. Sharing your story is also going to be really important because it will help others. And, this is one of the challenges that I had when I was asked to share my story. Is I really didn't want to. I really wanted to kind of keep my story private. But when I was explained how my story, if shared, could help others who were in a similar situation, I realized that it was something that I had to do. So I'm hoping you do the same thing. I found out one of the things that I saw right away and saw this as a great perk was I was able to sell my book and have product sales from this. So I could sell my physical book and I could create an ebook, or I didn't have to create the ebook. I had an ebook created for me that I was able to sell online. So that's a great perk. And then finally, having your own book will definitely give you the opportunity to not only speak, but get paid to speak. Most venues, most event planners, most organizers, when they're looking for speakers, they're going to vet you. They're going to make sure that you're qualified to come in and present to their audience. And one of the things that they look for are speakers that have books. And so if you don't have a book, you probably won't even get your foot in the door with some of these speaking opportunities. And I can definitely guarantee you that having a book will help you in so many ways be able to not only get those speaking gigs, but to be able to get paid for them. So that's really cool. So why me? You have an opportunity to learn how you can position yourself in a book like this. You have an opportunity to learn how this could help you in so many ways. And you're learning about this from my experience. So I really want you to learn a little bit about me and my story so you can see how I am qualified to share this and be able to offer the same opportunity to you. So, of course, I have a story. I utilized it. I've got a couple stories. But my big story, my powerful story that really has been a story that has gotten to me where I was, from where I was then to where I am now, is the fact that at one point I was in a situation where I had to change. And I don't know if you've heard the saying before, but really the most time that people do change is when they are going through a period of struggle. Pain is what motivates people to change. And I was definitely going through a period of pain in my life, and I was forced to make changes that I may not have made otherwise. Changes that I look back at now and I'm so glad that they happened, but at the time I wasn't so glad. So I was left about 10, 12 years ago as a single mom, figuring out how to raise my kids on my own. Not only that, I was trying to figure out how to support my kids financially on my own, and it was very stressful for me. But what that did is it led me into a path that brought me to put together a group of women that were focused on supporting my business. And that is the beginning of our dynamic professional women's journey. So we had one organization, one chapter back in 2007, and the focus of that group was to really recruit other women, professional women that were out building strong businesses. My goal was to recruit other professional women, align with them, have them align with me, build a referral team that would not only find potential clients for each other, but what we would do is we would also mentor each other, support each other, be each other's advisory boards, and just generally help each other in so many ways. And that is kind of how our organization got started, is from the situation that I was in. I was needing to get clients and get clients fast and build a financial future for my family. I was out networking. I was doing a lot of meetings and after hours events and different things to find clients, and I was passing a lot of business cards out, but I really wasn't getting the business that I wanted and that I needed to support my family. So we got this one little group together. We built a strong referral team, and then one thing led to another, and throughout time we ended up by having a very successful chapter. That chapter was full. We had a waiting list, and that led me to pretty much launch other chapters. And fast forward to today, we have many chapters all over the Chicagoland area, some in Wisconsin, and we're working on launching chapters in multiple states throughout the year. It also led me to the journey of sharing my first story. So you can see here that I was in this book. It's called Dare to be a Difference Maker, and it's one of the books by Michelle Prince. She approached me. She was one of my mentors. She asked me to share my story. And again, I had a lot of objections. But once she explained to me how beneficial it would be for my business, and that was my goal was to build my business. Once she explained how it could help me in the various ways, it took me all but about 3 seconds to realize that yes, this was a good decision for me. This was a good investment for me to make in myself and in my business. So that project was very successful. I had a book. I was able to leverage that. And when all is said and done, I really kind of thought about how great this would be to have an opportunity like this for the women in my organization. And that is when our first Overcoming Mediocrity book was born. That was 3 years ago. It did go on to achieve best-selling status thanks to our amazing marketing efforts. And we really were planning to only have one book, but because that book was so successful and we had other women that wanted to be a part of it, I decided to create a Overcoming Mediocrity brand and continue to publish a new book every year. So then we went on to our next volume 2 book, which is the Courageous Women edition. And again, that book went on to become a Amazon bestseller in the motivational category, and all of these women also went on to be able to leverage this book and claim that best-selling status. And then our next book went on to be our Strong Women edition, and again, that book also duplicated that best-selling status, and now we've got many more women that are able to go out and leverage their book, by only sharing their story. They write their own, all they had to do is write one little section of the book. They had to write one chapter, and then we did everything else to make that book a reality. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about that process in upcoming trainings, but what I want to share with you right now first is I want to give a shameless plug to my family. This is my why. This is why I am working so hard to grow my business so I can spend more time with my family and doing the things I love. These are my 3 Overcoming Mediocrity books that have been published so far, and this is my solo book. This is my Treasured Tribes book that will be released in the upcoming weeks or months. So that's super exciting. But what's really exciting is we are actually interviewing authors for our 4th Overcoming Mediocrity book, which is our Remarkable Woman edition. And you can see the cover right here. This is my favorite cover of all, mostly because I love purple, but it's just such a beautiful color in person with the vivid purples and the bright sunset, the gold of the sunset. And I'm super excited about some of the authors that are in it, but we also have quite a few chapters left to fill up in the next few weeks to be able to get this book done, published, and printed by May of 2016. So imagine that in only a few months, you can hold your very own book in your hand. So imagine that, and imagine the fact that you'll be able to be a published author. You'll be able to go out and leverage that best-selling status. You'll be able to go out and get those speaking gigs and those paid speaking gigs. You'll be able to get your foot in the door of so many opportunities because now you've got a book. So want to share more about it. That's going to be coming up in the next slides. This training is almost over, but before we end, what we're going to talk about in the future slides is why your story matters so much. We're going to talk about why our project is the best compilation project out there. We're going to talk about the many ways you can leverage your new author status. And then finally, we're going to talk about how you can join our project. So we're going to go ahead and end this training right now, and hopefully you'll get an email shortly, or the next training will be in your email already, so you can go ahead and watch it and then learn more about the project at the convenience of your schedule and at the convenience of your time. So thanks a lot, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.